Good afternoon, students. Today we will see about indications and applications of lasers in treatment protocols. So first of all, we will go for we have seen about physiological and therapeutic effect. Now we will go for basic indications. So number one, we will have dermatological disorders like all kind of wounds irrespective of the pathology, and all kind of ulcers irrespective of pathology. All the pathologies and wounds can be treated with the help of laser. Others will be all kind of pain and inflammation release. That can be considered of any kind of sprain, and any kind of tendinitis like tennis elbow, plantar fasciitis, or any kind of chronic condition like a frozen shoulder. Next will be the indications of the all kind of neurological pain like trigeminal neuralgia. So these are the basic indications for laser therapy that we have in day-to-day practice. Now we will see how the procedures will be done. So the procedure will be done first of all preparation of the patients. Obviously the area of the skin where the delivery has to be done should be exposed. It should be clean with the normal saline water or soap water. If in case any gel or spray has been applied, that has to be vanished off. Okay, and the area should be checked for the all kind of skin sensation. And after the checking of a skin sensation, we have to look for its sensitivity, whether it is hyper reactive or normal reactive. In case of any kind of patient's history reveal of abnormal skin irritation, then it has to be looked for, and we have to check that which method has to be used, either contact or non-contact, depends on the skin lesion. Next will be, before applying the machine we have to calculate the dose, that how much amount of the dose has to be given to particular conditions. So now there is a formula for energy calculation, that is energy density, that is in joule per centimeter square, is equal to, means how much the density should be, energy should be delivered. So output in the microvolt into the time per second divided by beam surface area of the irradiation. I mean, suppose I am applying in 2:2 centimeters area, and output is around 40 milliwatt with seconds of 120 seconds. So this will calculate or automatically nowadays in case of advanced machines, along as you enter the time, doses will be automatically calculated by the machine itself. There is no need to manually set, but there is an option to set the data manually or energy level manually, that you can say about 40 joules or 60 joules. So automatically time will be counted, depends on the area you has been, and that will be the proper treatment or proper area for that particular treatment. So that is the output of the laser can be counted in the joule per centimeter square, okay, or that is in a microvolt, and how much the time it is exposed and what is the area is covered. Okay, if it is a point laser or single diode laser, then it will be minimum 2 by 2 centimeter square. It can be ranged up to 4 by 4 centimeter square, while cluster it will cover up to the minimum 5 to 5 centimeter square, and depends, is vary from 5 to 10 centimeter square, depends on the different size of the delivery electrode. And if you see the basic few regularly day-to-day practice of the department, what are the preset data has been given by the manufacturer for that particular machine. So better we will see the few examples. That suppose any kind of local inflammation, then the doses will be 2 to 5 joule per centimeter square, frequency will be 5000 hertz, and over the inflamed tissue directly. In case of a neuralgia, then 10 to 12 joule per centimeter square, frequency will be continuous mode, and along the course of the nerve rather than the inflamed area. All kind of acute pain, that will be 6 joule per centimeter square, and in case of a chronic pain it will be a double, that is a 12 joule per centimeter square in continuous mode and over the pain area. Same way for the soft tissue injury and acute condition, that is 4 to 8 joule per centimeter square. In case of a chronic condition, that is 12 joule per centimeter square with continuous frequency and over the directly lesion. All kind of tendinitis or bursitis, that is 2 to 10 joule per centimeter square continuously over the lesions. Different trigger points, that is 5 to 12 joule per centimeter square continuously over the treatment part. These are the basic doses are there. Depends on the different manufacturer. You have a number of calculation, or you can your own a, because according to your area you can calculate the doses and you can deliver accordingly. So that was about a calculation of doses. Now how much the depth will be penetration? So depends on the manufacturer or the machine we are using, that is either is a helium neon gas or it is gallium arsenide laser. Then depend on the manufacturer type, it will be said that how much it will be deeper penetration inside the body tissue. So if you take example of helium neon gaser, so it will most commonly effect up to 2 to 5 mm of skin, and in case of a soft tissue that will be a direct effect. Indirect effect, it will be penetrating through that up to 8 to 10 mm of skin. Same way in case of a gallium arsenide, which is having a larger or longer wavelength, so obviously the depth tissue will be. Yes, next one was a gallium arsenide, which is having a longer length, so obviously longer the length, lesser the penetration. So the penetration is direct effect will be hardly 2 mm, while in case of a indirect effect it will be up to penetration up to 5 mm. So this is are the depends on the different kind of manufacturer, different wavelength, and whatever the, if you have a combo mode, then you can set the wavelength also, then it will be vary from penetration to penetration, or what kind of tissue you want to practice or you want to deliver to subject, that will be considerable. Now obviously now according to everything has been done, patient preparation is done, doses has been seen, doses has been calculated. Now we have to deliver the treatment. So if we are delivering the treatment, there should be a, if it is a class 3 and class 4 laser, then it is dangerous for the eye, either for the therapist as well as the patient as well. So for the safety purpose, both of them have to wear a specialized glass or specialized spectacle over the eyes to cover the eyes, so that there will be no damage to the eyes, especially when you are applying the laser over the neck or shoulder region or around the facial region, then it is a very precautionary, it should be avoided. Even though if it is not allowing or applying over the neck or something, but still as a precautionary measure, in case we are testing or we are moving the head from here to there, and there is chances that it will rays may go inside the eyes and it will affect you. So both the therapist as well as patient has to wear the specialized goggles for same to avoid it. And there are two types of practice, contact and non-contact. So gallium arsenide is mostly directly contact over the trigger points or pin point, while non-contact that will be around 2 cm difference will be there. In case of that is available in both helium neon as well as gallium arsenide, or different kind of when you want a superficial stimulations of the tissues. Thank you.